Rangers, he said, yeah, I sensed there was an opportunity, and I jumped right on it.
66% of his pitches were strikes in the Lehigh Valley, so that's always a good sign. You want guys that throw strikes and don't put runners on.
All right, so what does this mean for the Phils? Well, it's something that we've gone through this entire year, Mike. In fact, when you rebuild, you're going to have some guys make Major League debuts.
Yeah, Tommy, what a year. 8 guys after today will have made their Major League debut for the Phillies. And, it's a neat thing. All of our fans get to see some of the players who will be involved in the decisions going forward in our rebuilding process. Focusing on a couple of them, obviously we know what Odubel Herrera has done this year and several other guys, but Aaron Nola could be our number 1 next year. Darnell Sweeney is a great find in the Utley trade, power hitting, switch hitting, skilled defensive player with great speed. And, of course, 2 of the guys we got in the Hamels trade. One we'll see pitch today, Asher, which you guys talked about, and Jared Eichhoff, a big, strong, strapping right-hander. So I'm looking forward to it. Now that I've seen these guys, met them downstairs in the locker room, I know that who's going to be in the mix next year, and it's just good to know, not be in the dark in the offseason.
Well, that and also the fact the Phillies are playing better baseball. That's a good thing as well. So it's the final home game of the month of August this afternoon here at Citizens Bank Park. Asher made 24 starts in the minor leagues. This will be start number 1 in his big league career. James Shields, it's kind of an odd year for him, particularly with his road numbers. This will be his 28th start. He's 9-6 with a 3.89 earned run average. Well, he's all over the place out in center field. Mike just mentioned he's one of those guys that it's exciting to watch. We know where he'll be next year for the Phils. We know where he is right now. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Toyota, where will Toyota take you? Visit buyatoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, one deposit checking. Keeping things simple is helping you bank better. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. 49 for the Philadelphia Phillies, meeting one of the starting 9. A tradition that is normal here at Citizens Bank Park. And there's his mom putting on his jersey as she prepares for his Major League debut. She has the hanger and everything. She wanted to make sure it was pressed nicely and there were no wrinkles. Let's take a look at the lineup for the San Diego Padres, brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Solarte, Norris, and Kemp, followed by Justin Upton, Yonder Alonso, and Jed Jerko. Spangenberg, the second baseman, will bat 7th. James Shields 8th. Batting 9th and playing center field is Travis Jankowski. And on the mound is the 23-year-old right-hander from Lakeland, Florida. 6-10 combined in the minor leagues this year. Included in that was a 2-0 record with an ERA of just over 2 with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And we'll learn with everybody else, Ben, but we do know that he's a strike thrower, and that's one of the keys for his success so far.
66% of his pitches in the minor leagues in Lehigh Valley were strikes. That's what you really like to see. No walks. Fastball can touch 95. He's a big kid, good power arm. Let's get to it.
So the first guy he'll face is Yangervis Solarte. 0 for 8 in this series. He was hit by a pitch early on. Switch hitter, batting left-handed, first pitch of the day. And the Major League debut of Alec Asher is underway, and the first pitch is outside the strike zone. It's 1-0. Solarte playing third base again today. Fly ball center field. Should be a can of corn for Odubel Herrera. 1 away. All right, boys, let's take a look at our Nissan keys to today's game.
Well, mine's getting some runs early so we can relax. Feel like he can make a mistake a little bit. Got a little breathing room. Be nice to get him some runs early. Phillies are 44 and what are they? 44 and 25 when they score 4.
Yep. Pretty good numbers.
And mine was play a clean game. The Phillies have had 9 errors on this homestand, so need to clean that up a little bit.
And they've been telling. And beyond that, there have also been some missed throws from the outfielders that haven't been charged errors, but they're still physical mistakes. Derek Norris takes strike 1. It's 0-1. Norris is 0 for 7 in the series with a couple strikeouts. Overall hitting .243 with 13 home runs. And a sinker low, 1-1.
All first today for Alec. First pitch was a ball. First batter flew out.
Waiting for his first strikeout. Ball is just down low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. That was the slider from Alec Asher. Rangers took him in the 4th round in 2012. Foul tip, 2-2. He was pretty honest yesterday when talking about making his Major League debut and doing it with the Phillies, because his numbers with AAA with the Rangers, 3-6 with a 4.23 ERA. I mean, they weren't great. With the Phillies in AAA, 2-0 with a 2.08 earned run average, and you can't say that the Pacific Coast League is better than the International League. But he said he'd certainly recognize that there might be an opportunity sooner rather than later with the Phillies. So he said he bared down.
Very good point. Timing is everything. Being involved in that trade could have changed it. Well, I'm sure will change his life.
Pete McCann also talked yesterday about his conversation with Jeff Bannister, the manager of the Rangers, and Bannister said out of the 6 guys that were traded over, he said he really liked Asher as that ball was punched up the middle. First base hit for Norris. He said he liked the fact that he worked quickly, pounded the strike zone, and he certainly didn't seem like he was afraid when he was out on the mound. He saw him in spring training.
No, Bennett looked like a little slider right over the middle of the plate. Give Norris credit. Had a rough night last night, and he started off today with a solid base hit right back up the middle.
That was a good one to hit.
Well, now Matt Kemp. Kemp has reached base safely in 18 consecutive games, hitting .265 with 15 home runs. Fastball up high, 1-0.
Having played in those 2 leagues, the PCL and the International League, I will say the PCL has some great parks to hit in. Lighter air, So you could see how those numbers would be different.
That ball is rocketed out to left field, and that one is gone. A 2-run home run for Matt Kemp, and the Padres take the early lead here in the top of the first. Well, the 16th home run, and now 80 RBIs for Matt Kemp.
I think that's the first ball in the series, Matt. Fastball Matt's got on the middle, from middle in last night. Adam Morgan pounded the outside corner, and there's a great ball to hit right there. I think anybody knows that fastball that stays straight, no matter how hard it is, middle in, maybe even right on the inside corner. Man, a great pitch to hit. Another first. Well, unfortunately,
not going to be his last. So it's 2-0 San Diego, and now Justin Upton is the batter. Upton does have a home run in this series. He's 1 for 8. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Upton overall hitting .254 with 23 home runs and 71 runs batted in.
That 1 for 8, not very telling though about how he's been swinging the bat. A couple lineouts last night.
Nice one-headed grab by a fan in the Hall of Fame club. No balls and 2 strikes to Upton. The head of the bat goes flying into the crowd as the ball goes up the third base line. I do believe the gentleman is okay. It was tough to see it coming in. It was flying in fast, and there was a piece of it in the hand of Upton, and the top of it split and went into the crowd. You see Justin shaking his head.
Man. Usually you'll see maple bats explode like that. Upton uses an ash bat. They normally don't break in half like that.
Fly ball down the right field line. Aaron Altair, sunglasses on, has it lined up, and there are 2 outs. During the 2015 season, Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the Phillies, will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream. Sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs.
Well, they'd be screaming for some kind of emergency team here. If there was. Is that him having a bite of the hoagie?
Having a bite of the hoagie.
Well, that'll cure it. Get rid of the pain. Wow.
I don't know if any other year, I don't know if fan safety has been more of a topic than 2015. For one reason or another, the amount of injuries, and I don't know statistically if this is right or not, but the amount of injuries seem to have increased. Ball's fouled back. It's 1-1.
Well, just think about it. That screen ends right there, right before the dugouts on each side. So they must feel like the foul balls straight back are a danger to fans, right?
Yes.
Why don't they feel the same way about the screen, about down, past the dugout to where fans really can't react? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of fans aren't watching every pitch. Got to be about 50 or 60, 70 injuries you don't hear about throughout the year in baseball on check swing, line drives, and bats flying in the stand.
Well, we had Rob Manfred on the other night, and the commissioner did say that he feels like by next year there will be changes. There's a strike. It's 3-2. Now, he did not say what the changes would be, but they're looking at ballpark structures and how they can make the changes uniformed. So I think you're going to see netting advance down the lines more and more. That one's lined out toward right center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Fielded on 1 hop by Aaron Altair.
Well, it's not that bad to look through, really.
No, they've changed so much of the technology. Like anything else, it's advanced more, and I think that folks, would get used to it.
I know when we did our game down in the first row down there, I was ecstatic that we were behind the net. I always tell my wife, if you come to the games and you have the kids with you, even if you don't have the kids or whatever, make sure you're behind that net. It just scares me. It really does.
I didn't even like being in the on-deck circle when I played.
I'm with you.
You know, when we sit in those chairs in spring training, like I said, why am I sitting here?
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do that, honestly.
There were times when Ichiro would hit in front of me, and he would wear dugouts out, and I'd be on the on-deck circle because I was lower in the batting order, and
Well, here's Jed Jerko with 2 runs in and a runner at first base. 2 men down here in the top of the first. Up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
a lot of pitches elevated here in the first inning. I think when you have a lot of adrenaline, you tend to power through the ball. You don't get that. Everything seems to stay up.
A couple of those pitches have been very good, though. The slider, and it's gotten better as the innings gone on. The fastball command is so important in establishing that slider. Jerko is 1 for 8 with an RBI in this series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he pulls it foul. 24 pitches so far in this inning.
Didn't pitching just fire 1 up and in, and then 2 right there where he just threw those, and then 1 up and in, and 2 more right out there?
You see 1 in here.
Yeah.
A little high, and it's 2-2. So now maybe he sets it up for that slider.
Threw it. 3-2 through the slider. Excuse me, 2-2 through the slider.
Got him. Side is retired, so he picks up his first big league strikeout. His family in attendance, and there are a lot of them. His dad Bob to your left. We saw his mom earlier. He allowed a 2-run home run, but now the Phil's offense will go to work when we come back. see what his offense could do to get those runs back here in the bottom of the first. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Herrera, Hernandez, and Altair, followed by Ryan Howard, Andres Blanco, and Cody Ashe. And the bottom third of Cameron Rupp, shortstop Freddie Galvis, and Asher, who does not have a professional at-bat under his belt. And they will face veteran right-hander James Shields, who's 9-6 with an ERA of 3.89. Last time against the Phillies, he allowed 3 earned runs over 6 2/3. I said in the open it's been kind of an odd year for James Shields, and it really has been. A lot of pitches during his outings. He really runs some deep counts.
A lot of pitches in a 4.97 ERA on the road, career 2-0 with a 5.7. The changeup is his pitch. Gets a lot of strikeouts with it. And little known fact, I did not know, Tom, he is a cousin of Aaron Rowan.
I did not know that.
Learn something new every day.
Did Aaron tell you that?
No, I saw it on the preview today.
1 ball, no strikes, and now 2-0. Well, I'm glad you were paying attention. Last start for James Shields was back on the 25th of August. He went 5 2/3, allowed 8 hits against the Nationals, and allowed 5 earned runs. Threw 121 pitches in just 5 2/3. Outside, 3-0. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Barbara Slouch. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Barbara will win $100.
I think that's Sloach.
You think it's Sloach?
It should be.
Well,
good luck, Barbara.
Barbara, I apologize if I messed up your name. I've been messing up Solarte's name for the last 3 days. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Herrera. And strike 2. Dubel thought it was ball 4. It was close. But Jordan Baker, the tallest umpire currently in Major League Baseball, called it a strike.
Looks to have a big zone today. I thought the 3-1 to Alonso was not a strike. Called it a strike. That pitch, I didn't think so either, but keep the game moving.
He's throwing a changeup. That was a fastball, wasn't it?
That was a fastball, yeah.
Why did he get in a wiggle? I was watching the catcher. Could that ever be the fastball sign?
It could be. Some guys use different signs. Like R.A. Dickey, predominant knuckleballs. 1 is a knuckleball for him.
Chopper back toward the middle. That'll sneak into center field. A base hit for Odubel.
Good at bat. 6-pitch at bat. Comes up with a base hit up the middle. Oh, there's a lot of hits up the middle of that field.
Well, that's his 2nd hit in this series.
Called not trying to do too much. Odubel very anxious last night. Didn't see a whole lot of pitches.
But you know, he hit a couple balls hard. They just happened to be on the ground. He hit him the opposite field.
Well, now Cesar, who's hitless in this series, is average of .262. And he pulls that one just foul. Boy, you want to talk about a guy that is in desperate need of a base hit.
A couple knocks.
Yeah, that would have been a nice way to start his afternoon. Opposite way, a base hit for Cesar. Well, that's a good way to start his afternoon.
Yeah, good call. First 2 hitters got on pitches and drove them down. Both of them base hits, crisp base hits. They answer back to the 2-run home run.
Well, here's Aaron Altair. Altair 2 for 6 in this series. I should say 2 for 7 with an RBI. That RBI came on a triple. First pitch is in there. Check swing. And he went, so it's 0-2. Altair .293 with 14 home runs combined in the minor leagues and 67 runs batted in. He's hit in his last 3 games with the Phillies. In the dirt, blocked by Norris, and it's 1-2.
Mike, what do you think of Altair's leg kick? You like it?
I'm not a big fan. Too much going on. I was watching him take BP today in the cage, and kind of, you know, he kind of drifts. He's got to get that thing down early. You know what I mean? And if that leg isn't down and that bat starts forward and that leg isn't down, the whole rhythm of the swing gets thrown off. I think we got away with one right there, didn't we?
Yeah. Swing and a miss, and 1 away.
Case in point, Mike. The leg was not down. His foot was not down. Pitch right by him. You see his foot get down very, very late here. He just cannot react that quickly. He just gets it down. You see that ball way by him. That leg kick just seems a lot more exaggerated to me. Well behind that is Aaron Altair. Get it down. Get it down early.
Oh, he's going down to take a look at it as we speak. Ryan Howard is coming up. Howard has 9 at-bats against Shields.
The difference here, see, Ryan Howard has a little tiny, it's not even a kick, it's a stride, which you really didn't need either. You know, I mean, he just picks his foot up and puts it down, then hits with with a stationary stance. But it's real early. If you watch on your TV, right? See, foot's down, and then he hits basically without a stride.
Well, he's throwing him 2 soft pitches to start this AB. Breaking ball and a changeup. Same sort of formula that he had against Altair. Got ahead 0-2, bounced one, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryan in his last 28 games, 24 RBIs during that time. He does have a runner in scoring position. In fact, he has 2 runners on overall with 1 man down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners go. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to third is in time. A strikeout, throw out, double play, and the side is retired here in the first. 2 strikeouts for James Shields and a nice throw by Derek Norris. We'll go to the second. 2-0 San Diego. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 7th, 8th, and 9th of September. Tickets can be purchased for all 3 games anytime by going to Phillies.com. Top of the 2nd, and Corey Spangenberg will lead things off. He's 1 for 4 in this series with a double. A .257 with 2 home runs and 11 runs batted in. First pitch is outside from Asher, and it's 1-0.
It's a 25-minute first inning.
Well, most of that time was spent pitching to the Padres. That one's hit well out toward left field. Ashe going back. It's over his head off the base of the wall. And it's an easy double for Spangenberg, his 11th of the year. So he's in scoring position, and that'll bring James Shields to the plate.
Well, I find it hard for a fly ball to land between the left fielder and the fence in a small ballpark like this. If everybody's playing real shallow.
What do you think? Because he was left-handed, he was playing shallow, a little more shallow?
Possibly. It just, in a small ballpark, fly ball goes over your head. It's probably going to be out or caught. I can see a line drive, but that looked more like a kind of a little humpback fly ball.
Yeah. Bunt goes to first base, and Ryan Howard will throw out Shields, so the sacrifice is successful. It's the first time in this series that putting the pitcher in the number 8 spot has paid off for San Diego. Because now they've got a runner at third with 1 out, and it'll bring Travis Jankowski to the plate. There's Pat Murphy, the interim manager for the Padres.
Former Notre Dame Irish skipper.
People are wondering what the Padres will do, much like the Phillies, what the Padres will do at the end of this season when the interim manager's calendar comes complete. Phillies play the infield in. Jankowski 0 for his last 12, and a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. He's a good fastball, tied him up.
I know the Padres players were not happy to see Bud Black go. They liked him as a manager. They liked him the way he related to his ball players. They were upset more with themselves and how they performed it on the field. Ultimately cost Bud Black his job.
He was there for a long time. When he was let go, the team was 32-34 in a rather competitive division, considering the Giants and the Dodgers are there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jankowski. And he pops it up down the left field line. Blanco says he has it, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. And top of the order, Solarte's coming up. So Pat Murphy was the Notre Dame head coach from '88 to '94. Went to 3 regional finals. Arizona head coach from '95 to 2009. Went to the College World Series, the pinnacle, 4 times. He was hired as a special assistant in baseball operations in 2010. It's not often that you see a college coach make the jump to the professional ranks.
Nice resume.
I think it happens in other sports a little more often. I think it happens in football more often. We've seen it happen in hockey with the Flyers head coach.
I just don't know how those guys do it recruiting wise, and I mean, it is a full-time job.
Fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Running camps, going out seeing players, high school players, trying to get them in. You go after a potential first rounder, you sign them, and he ends up signing in the draft, and you lose them.
Breaking ball, 1-2.
Should be a big out for Asher. Get out of this inning after a leadoff double. No damage.
To the right side, Ryan Howard is there. And the flip to Asher covering. It is a nice job to get out of this inning. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left in scoring position. A little positive reinforcement from Mom. That's always good. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Padres up 2-0. Bradford's eye-opening performance during the Eagles' visit to Green Bay, plus they'll preview the Phillies rematch with the Mets. Watch Phillies Sports Talk presented by Comcast Business right here on Comcast Sports. And Sam Bradford was 10 for 10 against the Packers yesterday. That game wasn't even close. Aaron Rodgers didn't play, of course, for Green Bay, but still. Here's Andres Blanco. He's going to go down as the Phillies Player of the Month, hitting .339. with 3 home runs to raise his average to .302. Playing in his 78th game, making his 21st start at third base.
You know, Andres could have something to say about one of these regular spots in the lineup next year. At these months, if September is anything like August for him.
1 ball and 1 strike.
I like the fact that he's doing it from both sides of the plate.
It does help. I mean, if he's going to assume the role of being off the bench, or as Mike alluded to, getting a chance to start.
Well, there's something the screen would have prevented.
That ball went into the crowd pretty quickly. Everybody's okay.
They got a screen in front of the dugout. Why not the fans?
Breaking ball, and it's 2-2. That may be a topic for one of your articles that you write. You might be due to write one soon.
I'm very, very due, very overdue.
Strike 3 on the inside corner. That pitch came back, according to the home plate umpire Jordan Baker. And 1 away. It'll bring Cody Ashley to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Well, with that strikeout, 179 on the season so far for James Shields in just 165 and 1/3 innings. So he is a strikeout guy. You'll see that early and often today. That's 5th best in all of the National League. However, Ben, as you mentioned earlier in the program, it has not been all that solid on the road this year, and in particular over his last 8 starts on the road. Take a look at his numbers. 0-4 with an ERA of 5.63. And the Padres have lost 12 of his last 15 starts. So the magic number for him is he is 9-1 if they score more than 3 runs. Under that, he is 0-5. So they need to score some runs for him. They put 2 on the board early for him. But if history has anything to say about it, they need to add a couple more for him to have success, guys.
Well, and we talked about it, just how many pitches he uses to get through a ball game. Now he's in good shape here. He's got 25 with 2 outs here in the second. You ask them about his numbers on the road. I mean, I don't think anybody can explain it. It's one of those things. I mean, he pitches in a pitcher-friendly ballpark, so you would think his home numbers would be solid. But the fact that he has scuffled, particularly over his last 8 starts on the road, and 4-4 overall, with an ERA of 4.97 compared to 2.78 at Petco Park.
Doesn't like room service, I guess.
I guess. Check swing by Rupp.
You got to figure a lot of it has to do with size of ballparks. I think he probably pitches with extreme confidence at home. He knows the fastball that just gets in on hitters just enough and creates a 375-foot fly ball is a good pitch at home, right? It's an out.
Yeah, they've made adjustments to their ballpark. It's not as pitcher friendly as it used to be, but it's still pitcher friendly.
That ball here is a home run unless it's straightaway center.
2-1 pitch coming to Rupp, and it's low. 3-1. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Nationals finally won last night, but they trail 3-0 today. Justin Voor's hit a 3-run home run. That game's in the bottom of the second. That home run came against Steven Strasburg. Out toward right field. That's well hit. I don't think that ball's coming back. Just watch where it lands. It is gone to the foot of the AT&T side. 8th home run of the year for Cameron Rupp. And the Phillies are on the board. It's a 2-1 ball game.
Didn't know Aaron Nola was pitching today.
That's pure strength there, Ben. Ball a little up. It had to be a 93, 94 mile an hour fastball up and out over the plate. See, boom, it's belt high. It's still a tough pitch to hit. You got to be strong. You got to be strong to get the bat head down on that ball. That's just not a fly ball either. I mean, that's out of San Diego's park.
Absolutely. Makes a winner out of Barbara Slouch. She's won $100 thanks to the McDonald's home run jackpot.
Way to go, Barbara.
Here's Freddie Galvis, who sends one in the air to right center field. That one is caught awkwardly by Matt Kemp. The other side is retired. A home run by Cameron Rupp the other way. Phillies are on the board. We'll go to the third. It's 2-1 Padres. For all the information, please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, on May 4th, 1977, the Phillies and the Padres played a 1-hour, 29-minute game. Who were the starting pitchers in that ball game? Again, Ben, I would like to reference Mike Schmidt as a resource for you to figure that answer out, since you were not born in 1977.
We got it. Want the answer now or later?
We'll get it later. I know you'll probably figure out who the guy is that was pitching for the Padres, because you probably faced him in that game.
It wasn't the other guy?
You did play in that game, didn't you?
Most likely.
Yeah. No, you got the
half of it.
You got the name right for the Padres.
Well, you wanted two names.
I did, yeah.
Apparently I don't have the other one right.
No, you don't have the other one right.
77.
Well, here's Doug Norris. He singled his first time up. And he pops it up. Cesar Hernandez says he has it. And after backpedaling, he makes the catch, one away. And Matt Kemp is coming up. Well, here's the reason why it's a 2-1 ball game. Matt Kemp.
Cameron Rupp set up, target down and away. Ball ends up down and in. Matt Kemp very good at dropping the head, using the whole field. That one goes out to left to give the Padres a 2-0 lead.
Well, let's see if he can figure out a way to get Kemp out. Kemp 16 home runs now and 80 RBIs. It's probably exactly what the Padres thought about when they acquired him from the Dodgers. Heck, in hindsight, the Dodgers probably wish they still had him. Although they have a backlog of outfielders, even with the injury to Puig. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kemp's a good-looking hitter to me. I mean, there's not a lot of movement. Keeps his hands back. Seems to me like it should be more to the batting average than there is, but you know, he's reasonably productive, right?
He's a guy that starts his hands way over his head, but he really drops them into that slot and stays connected with his back elbow to his body.
Ground ball to third. Blanco up with it. He did indeed figure out how to get him out. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. By McDonald's. Double the love at a McDonald's with a double cheeseburger and small fry for just $2.50. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. Well, Matt Kemp was not happy with one of the strike calls by Jordan Baker, so there was a little bit of a discussion as he went back to the dugout.
Both of those pitches were strikes. Slider, second pitch, fastball, one before it. Right on the outside corner.
He's shown that he has a big zone today, and he's consistent with it.
Kemp just needs to go back and look at the TV down the runway.
And if he's honest with himself, he'll probably see what we're talking about.
Honesty is the best policy, Tom.
It is. A high fly ball to left center field. Herrera into the well toward the wall. It is gone. And Justin Upton has just given the Padres a 3-1 lead with his second home run of the series.
Justin Upton likes that what do you call it, channel. He likes that 387 sign.
Yeah.
Boy, that straight fastball needs to be located on a four-seamer.
It's a compact swing by Jay Up. And I don't think you're going to find many other pitches that split the plate more than that one. Seemed like Alec Asher started to get into a little bit of groove where that fastball had a better plane on it. It was working down in the zone a little bit more. That one, not so much, and that's what good hitters do. They do not miss those pitches.
Ground ball right side. Cesar is there. And Asher's there to cover. Side is retired. A home run makes it 3-1. We'll head to the bottom of the third here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Alec Asher making his major league debut. It's a dream come true. I've worked my whole life for this since I was a little boy. It's awesome to finally be here. Now, they talked about that. He was exuberant yesterday. And here is a special public address announcement of Alec Asher's first major league AB.
Now batting for the Phillies, the pitcher, number 49, Alec Asher.
On the dashboard, feeling like ain't nobody catch me. Headed to the top, baby, full speed.
I'd have to bring a tear to my eye if that was my belief.
His dad Bob did the public address announcing for spring training for the Detroit Tigers down at Joker Marchand Stadium in Lakeland, where they're from. He has a big booming voice. And the Phillies offered him the opportunity to announce his son's first major league at bat. And that was pretty neat. And they put it up on the video board, so Alec didn't, if he didn't know it was his voice, as he was walking, he was looking up at the board. Swings at the second pitch and hits it in the air to right center field. Playable for Kent, and he makes the catch. One away. Well, the family certainly got a kick out of it. I'm sure Dad did too. We met Dad today. He is a
big man.
The guy next to you, Mike, is a big fella.
Yeah.
He made the guy next to you look small.
Bob walked in. I said, "Whoa."
Taller, huh?
I'd say 6'7",
Yeah.
at least.
At least 6'7". I mean, Ben is 6'5" on a good day, wearing certain heels. Bob was wearing sneakers, and he was about 6'7".
He walked in. I was like, man alive.
You didn't know who he was, right? Until he introduced himself.
And I mean, right, Ben, he has a big voice. He said that when he interviewed for a position down at Joker Marchand Stadium, the general manager there said, "Hey, you got a really good voice. Do you mind doing PA for us this year?" Odubel singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He chops it foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Obviously very ecstatic to have his son
Oh,
fulfill a lifetime dream of getting into the big leagues and starting a ball game today. So very happy for him and his family.
what's the next guy that makes his major league debut's dad going to do during the game? I mean, seriously, you got to one-up everybody.
We have anybody lined up the rest of the year? Any call-ups that could be making their debut?
I think it depends on if anybody comes up from Double-A. 1 ball and 1 strike to Herrera. And it's low, 2-1. Opposite way. That's a fair ball going down the left field line. Upton got to it quickly, and Herrera's got to hold up at first base. That is an outstanding play by Justin Upton.
You're right.
I mean, that's not just casually going after that ball. That's going after it with a purpose.
It's a shot over the bag. Definitely Odubel, a great swing. Just smashed down on the ball, shot it by third base. You definitely have to give Upton, watch Upton right here. He's sprinting. Nice backhand play. Holding to a single. Good defense.
Because if that ball does get down there, it could rattle around in that corner. He could end up at third base.
There's a free agent for you right there, Justin Upton.
Throw over to first, and Herrera is back. Hernandez singled through the left side. First time up. The Fanatic just dropped popcorn down from the Hall of Fame club down to the Diamond Club. Here's Bob back to his seats. Yeah, give him a round of applause.
Now this is where Cesar was so good when he first started playing as a regular. He worked pitchers. I think he had 6 walks or something. He went 6 for 8 in a doubleheader, right?
Yes.
And then right before that, he had a couple of games where he walked 2 times, 3 times in a game.
Yeah, he's still the Phillies' leader in walks and on base percentage.
But the Phillies' leader in walks has got 38, right? Maybe 39 now.
It's
Did
the
he give
changing face of baseball. Could you ever imagine that the team leader would be 38?
Hard to believe.
That one's in there. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Despite getting the hit his first time up, I think that's the 2-0 take of a guy that's struggling. Pitch, especially for lefty, down and in, but still for a strike. Pitch you want to turn on. Use that hole on the right side. Maybe not trusting himself as much as he was earlier in the season when he was up near 300.
Yeah, and trust could be the difference of a half second in your swing, right? If you trust yourself and winning.
Maybe less than that.
Maybe less than that.
Well, I think trust, confidence has something to do with relaxation or lack thereof. And if you're confident and trusting, you're relaxed. You don't mind letting the pitcher throw a strike.
That one's popped up, shallow left field. Upton comes running in. He's under it. He wasn't playing all that deep. Yeah, that's the second out. Tuesday, September 15th at the Crystal Tea Room is the Champions for Children Luncheon. The Legends and Community All-Star Award will be presented to David Montgomery. Special guests include Mike Schmidt and Bob Boone. Proceeds benefit the Moyer Foundation, whose mission is to provide comfort, hope, and healing to children affected by loss and family addiction. For more information, go to MoyerFoundation.org. Jamie talked about that luncheon the other day and the award that will be going to David.
I spoke with Jamie on Wednesday. He was in town.
Here's Altair, and he lines one to center field, but it's right at Jankowski. The Phillies are retired here in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll move to the 4th inning here in Philadelphia. Avery neon shipping labels ensure all your shipping messages get noticed. Perfect for any priority message. And WB Mason delivers the same day when you order by 11:30. Local service, personalized. Who but WB Mason? Well, it's a busy day out in Ashburn Alley. Nice crowd on what is the final Sunday here in the month of August, and maybe the final Sunday before kids go back to school in most places. Jed Jerko leads it off, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
No mind go back tomorrow.
Oh, do they really?
They do. Not so much in the Great Garden State, Tom?
Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday. Out of play, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you followed anything that was happening with the trade for Cole Hamels and saw some of the stories of the young players who the Phillies got back in return, like Asher, he's got a very interesting story, and in this day and age is probably not as surprising a story as you would imagine, as Jerko takes inside. At the age of 14, even prior to that, he was playing on several travel baseball teams and was pitching quite often. And after throwing a pitch in one particular game, he came off the field at the end of the ball game and said to his dad that his arm felt funny. As it turns out, as that pitch is at the knees for strike 3. That's his second strikeout of the day. As it turns out, after an MRI, they came to find out that he needed Tommy John surgery at the age of 14.
Wow.
His mom and dad, after researching what the best tact would be, got in contact with Dr. James Andrews, who's the renowned surgeon, and he did the surgery. So at the age of 14, he had Tommy John surgery. Worked his way back, was selected out of Lakeland High School by the San Francisco Giants. And as you saw that Geico quote of the day, like every kid, his dream was to be a professional ball player. Went out to Arizona to get his physical, and the Giants found a bone spur in that same elbow. Decided not to sign him. He's drafted late. Spangenberg fouls it toward the Hall of Fame club. So he went to 2 different community colleges before he was drafted by the Texas Rangers.
I'd love to know what pitcher doesn't have a bone spur.
Is that the end of the story?
Well, he's made his major league debut today, Mike.
I'm hanging on a thread, like I'm hanging on every word over here.
It's just the start of his of this next chapter. Here's the 3-1 pitch. High fly ball left center field, playable for Herrera. And there are 2 outs. James Shields is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, well, maybe I can add to the Asher story, guys, because it's time for our Coors Light cold hard fact. And when Alec Asher threw his first pitch today, he became the 5th different starting pitcher to make his major league debut for the Phillies this year. And that is a new franchise record for the Phils. The Phils have had 4 starters make their debut in a season 3 other times in their history. But this is the 5th, and that is a new team record, guys.
Yeah, 1996 was the last time that they had 3 starters make their major league debut. As that pitch is up high to James Shields, it's 1-0. Like Ben, Asher does have a remembrance of that Tommy John surgery with the scar on his elbow. But unlike Ben, whose scar is faded because he took care of it nicely, Asher has put a tattoo, almost like a Frankenstein looking tattoo, where that scar is. As a remembrance.
Like a baseball, like
it
seams
does.
on a baseball.
Yep, it does. Odubel Herrera will make the catch. Side is retired in order. His first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. Middle of the 4th. Phil's trailing by 2. can't go wrong when you buy right. Buy Toyota. Where will Toyota take you? Visit buyattoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. And buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Last of the fourth inning. 2 home runs have given the Padres the lead. Phillies have 1 home run. Solo shot by Cameron Rupp. It'll be Ryan Howard, Andres Blanco, Cody Ashe. Phillies have won 7 straight games against the San Diego Padres. Guys, what's Jeff Francoeur doing to his bat there?
Taking the handle down.
Playing, you learn things to do in baseball, in the dugout, clubhouse.
Killing time.
Yeah, messing around.
Ryan Howard hooks the first pitch right at the second baseman Spangenberg. 1 away.
And the shift takes another hit away. That's crazy, isn't it? Like 35, 40 hits a year.
I would think, yeah, at least that. Think about when he was really clicking on all cylinders, how many it would have been. Andres Blanco struck out looking his first time up. Up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
See Frenchie work on his bat. Last night, Mike touched on boning your bat. I remember I was in San Jose in A-ball, boning my bat on this porcelain sink.
On a porcelain sink?
Old. I mean, it got it hard.
We boned him on a bone.
Yeah.
He had a big old
Well, we didn't have one at the
dog
time,
bone
so I was
screwed
using
in.
this porcelain sink. The whole thing fell off. It shattered into 1,000
The
pieces.
sink did?
They got me for $400 for a sink.
That wasn't a big deal for you.
Yeah.
Big Bang Hank.
A-ball making $800 a month.
That one is whacked down the right field line. It's going to hook foul. 2-1.
That's the way you got to get on a 2-0 pitch.
Yeah, it is.
Our boy Sarge like that. We were talking about that, Gary Matthews, before the game today. Get the head out on a 2-0 pitch.
2-2.
That ball's a little outside.
A little bit. Sarge looked good, didn't he?
Looks great.
Looks like he's ready to go to the beach today.
Step out.
That's the pitch he got him on his last time up. It didn't come all the way back this time. It's 3-2. A little out front of that off-speed pitch.
Wow. 83-mile-an-hour changeup, 3-2.
I didn't realize he lost his bat as far as he did. He is the leader in the bat toss.
You don't think hitting's tough now? 83. 3-2 changeup looks like a fastball. It's like a foot shorter.
Andres does keep that bat in the zone. It's really the only reason he was able to make contact with that pitch.
And he strikes out for the second time today. Yeah, that's 4 strikeouts for Shields. It's now time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use the hashtag #PhillyPhotoDataStrongFan, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Swing and a miss out front of an off-speed pitch.
Well, he does have a good one, doesn't he? Larry Bull was talking.
It's his best
telling
pitch.
me before the game today, this guy's got a heck of a changeup. Ouch.
And he's hit by a pitch. That'll put a runner aboard for Cameron Rupp. Cameron is bringing the lumber. Brought to you by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. His last time up. Pretty good strength right here, guys.
Pretty good. 3-1 heater up and away. I'll let you know. That's what Cameron Rupp says. I'll let you know.
See what he's done his last 16 games. He has 7 home runs. And he pulls that one toward third. So Larte is up with it. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 5th inning. Asher will go back to work. He's allowed 3 runs through the first 4. All right, guys, here we go. On May 4th, 1977, the Phillies and Padres played a 1-hour, 29-minute game. Who were the starting pitchers in that ball game?
I'm going to go with Randy Jones.
Randy Jones is correct.
And Ben is going with Jim Cott of the Phillies.
Jim Cott is correct.
Yeah.
All right, so here are the particulars. Log back on to Phillies.com, by the way, and find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack. Mike, you were 1 for 3 with a walk in that game. Congratulations on that.
Okay.
Randy went 9 innings. He was the winner. 4 hits, 1 strikeout. Kitty went 6 in the 3rd. He allowed 8 hits. 8 hits, and it was still an hour and 29-minute game. First pitch from Jankowski has popped up.
Those days are long gone, right?
I would think so. Think about that, though. He allowed 8 hits and 3 earned runs, and the game only took an hour and 29 minutes.
A lot of first pitch outs, I guess.
Inside, 1-1. That was not the shortest game in baseball history. Shortest game time-wise was 51 minutes. Phillies played against the Giants. Neither one of you remember this. It was back in 1919. 1-2. It's game 1 of a doubleheader. But even that, that was 51 minutes. It was a 6-1 ball game.
9 innings. 9 innings?
9 innings. 9 innings. Swing and a miss. 1 out.
Tell you what, quiet as it's kept, Alec Asher's kind of found some rhythm here.
Mm-hmm.
We get through 5.
This is his 3rd strikeout.
See how that ball has that good plane? It comes out and you think it's going to end up being low, and it's not. Kurt Schilling had that plane. Roger Clemens really had that plane. You just think it's going to be down, 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 and the ball just planes out and ends up. I don't know how they do it. But those two guys really had that, and they were pretty over the top. I wouldn't say as much as Alec Asher, but very over the top guys. obviously both of them had above average fastballs and knew how to elevate that fastball.
He looks a little like Schilling, delivery and body style.
He's over the top of the head like Schilling.
Yep, same kind of a knee kick.
Popped up towards short. Galvis is under it, and there are 2 outs.
He raised that mound to 12 feet like they had at the vet, then he'd really look like him.
Thursday, September 10th, the Phillies will kick off a 4-game series against the Chicago Cubs. It wraps up on Sunday the 13th. The Fanatics one-man band DVD, Free Defense 14 Under, compliments of New Jersey Education Association. Friday, Cabrini College knit hat for fans 15 and under. Tickets can be purchased right now by going to Phillies.com. Well, Asher, we mentioned, is from Lakeland, Florida. He went to Lakeland High School, which has produced a number of major leaguers, including one of the best pitchers in all of baseball right now, and that is left-hander Chris Sale of the White Sox. Also Drew Hutchinson, who won yesterday for the Blue Jays. Hard-throwing right-hander. He went to Lakeland High School. Steve Pierce plays for the Orioles. That'll be foul. 0-2.
So that's a good spot there. That pitch was in a real good spot. And for an 0-1 pitch, up and in on his hands. A lot of ways he can go to get this young man out now.
Yeah, what would Jamie have done at this point, Ben, when he called you out to the mound and said, let's see how far he can hit it foul?
See how far he can hit it.
A pie, 1-2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Yankees lead the Braves 7-2. Jacoby Ellsbury has 3 RBIs. Yankees better keep winning because the Blue Jays keep on winning.
Did you catch Jamie Moyer?
I did.
Really? Where? Oh, Seattle?
Seattle.
He does a tremendous impersonation of Jamie and his laugh.
He used to get Miguel Tejada. We had epic battles against the A's, and he used to get in Miggy's head, and he would jam him at time to time. And of course, Miggy would be running up first baseline, cursing in Spanish, and Jamie would just be out there laughing.
So there's a lot of ways he could go to get Norris out, but we haven't found it yet, right?
No.
Now that it's 3-2.
He goes to the fastball, and it's popped up foul territory. Howard on the run toward the warning track, and it's off the edge of his glove.
Valiant effort here by the big piece. Just off the tip of that glove.
Good try.
Last pitch, 93. Basically, here it is, hit it. Full count. I'm not going to walk you.
He just walked him there. So that's the first walk issued by Asher.
It's the guy you wanted to. You got the guy that hit a home run off of you coming up now.
Yep, Kemp's on his way up.
Is he on any pitch limit or anything?
No,
coming up on
stretched
75.
out. Yeah, no, he's stretched out. So, unless there's something internal, which sometimes there is when somebody makes a major league debut, they didn't allude to anything.
Now, Matt Kemp, when I talk about staying connected, he's a guy that starts his hands up high over his head. But watch this elbow, that right elbow. It really stays connected back to his side, and he just stays, talking about dropping it in the slot. That enables you to stay inside the baseball and not hook balls. The pitch he hit out was down and in, didn't hook it foul, kept it fair.
Goes upstairs again, 2-0, and now Rupp's going to go out and chat with him.
It's such a key for hitters not to get out and around the baseball. With that swing, you can hit a ball to right field, let the ball travel deeper. The ball's in. I talk about it all the time. And if you can do that, you're going to have some success.
Baseball's a funny game. We're 2 or 3 pitches into this inning, 2 outs, 0-2 on the hitter. Talking about him getting through 5, had some rhythm. All of a sudden now he's got their best hitter in a 2-0 count and a runner on first.
Fly ball right field. Altair shading his eyes from the sun, and he gets out of it here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left through 5. He's allowed 3 runs. We'll see if the Phillies have something to go with offensively. Fanatics one-man band DVD, compliments of the New Jersey Education Association. It's for fans 14 and under. Feature a variety of people from here in the ballpark. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Freddie Galvis will lead things off. It'll be Galvis and then Asher in the top of the order. Shows bunt, takes outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
That's basically what he did, show bunt. I don't think there's any way he could have bunted a ball.
It was pretty far away.
Yeah.
Well, it does bring Solarte in a half step or so over at third. Padres did have bullpen action for a little bit of time. They had Despaigne up, which I thought was kind of odd after 4 innings. But he has sat down. One and 2.
I don't know what that could have been for. Take a look right here. 57 pitches.
Yeah.
No reason for concern there.
Maybe Despaigne was just trying to get loose. I don't know. Freddie pulls it foul, and it remains 1 and 2. Last year, James Shields was pitching for the Kansas City Royals. It's where he won helped them win the American League pennant. He has 123 wins during his career, 96 losses. He has spent his career in the American League. That one's hit out toward left field. Upton will glide back a few steps, and a few steps from the track puts it away, one away. That'll bring Asher to the plate. Let's check in with Greg Murphy, who has a photo to show off.
I do indeed, Tom. Thank you. As promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Today's photo comes from Harper in D.C. Phillies fan loves to wear her Fanatic hat to the game, she says. We remind you to tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag Philly Photo Data Strong Fan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast, all brought to you by T-Mobile. Guys?
After all these years, that's still a popular item, the Fanatic dangle hat.
I'm wondering about the Harper in D.C. part of it.
You think it's Bryce?
It could very well be Bryce.
Or a relative of Bryce?
He'd look good in that hat.
Well, he needed it the other night. He was pretty distraught after they lost. Was it Friday night? They lost Friday night. There was a shot of him at the end of that game, and he looked like he needed to laugh.
Steven Strasburg has come out of another ball game after 4 innings.
Really?
The Nats are losing 4-2, and he just came out. Doug Fister is in.
Two balls and 1 strike to Asher. And that's in there, 2-2. Well, he allowed 7 hits and 4 runs, and he gave up 2 home runs. Boy, he's an interesting guy.
Sure is.
Injury-wise. Swing and a miss. Threw him a curveball. 5 strikeouts for Shields.
Threw him a 1-0 slide, or excuse me, a 2-0 slider for a strike. Threw him another slider for a strike. And threw him a curveball to strike him out. Strange selection.
Wasn't fooling around though when he got to those 2 strikes.
For the pitcher.
Mike, you a big fan of karma? You believe in karma?
Absolutely.
Baseball karma?
Big time. I believe in some serious golf karma.
I've talked about it this week, but when they held Strasburg out of that postseason a couple years ago, saying he reached his pitch limit, I'm telling you, it's bad baseball karma to do that.
You saying that they were assuming that they would get back to that spot?
You never know when you're going to get back to the postseason, if at all. And at the time, I'm thinking he's top 5 pitcher in all of baseball. He's as dirty as it would get. And they said, you know what, he's reached his limit. We're not going to use him in the playoffs. I don't get it.
Well, they were looking out for him, but it's hard to get back to that spot.
I don't have an answer for you. I do believe in karma, but that's not necessarily a situation that I'd apply karma to.
But I'm saying that the results that they've had, the payroll, the pitching staffs, all that has been going on.
Odubel bounces another one through. He keeps hitting that ball on the ground. He's going to get his knocks.
It's a 3-hit day
That's
for
3,
Odubel.
yeah. You know, and I said earlier, not to change your subject on
no, that's fine.
but I said earlier last night he smoked 2 balls on the ground the opposite way. I said he just keeping that ball out of the air. He's going to hit 300.
Well, that's his 10th 3-hit game of the season. His average coming in was at 288, so now it's back over 290. In fact, it's at 294. Cesar is 1 for 2.
For me, karma is what gives you kind of bad karma is maybe disrespecting opponents or doing not playing a game fundamentally sound. Things that if you believe in karma, you got to believe in baseball, the baseball gods or the golf gods, that they will. They'll come back and get you for that. You're going to pay for that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're paying for not pitching him in the playoffs, and I don't know. I know it's going back a few years, but you look at that ball club, they should be winning.
Well, they definitely should be winning. Outside corner 1-2.
Wow, that looked like it came around, didn't it?
It did. I think that's what Cesar was casually talking to the home plate umpire about. Odubel is picked off first. He's looking into the dugout. They may hold the defense here for a moment.
How do they hold the defense?
They just go stop.
Go back, go hold.
Yeah. See if Pete Buchanan makes a decision here. The Fanatics coming out with the Hatfield hot dog shooter.
He doesn't know that. Here comes that old hand, and it is in there.
I would think his hand's on the bag, though. It's tough to see with the shadows.
No?
No, they're not going to look at it. All right, so it is a pickoff. No runs, one hit. The Fanatic knows better than we do. We'll go to the 6th. The Phillies down by 2. Helping the Phils on and off the field. Andres is a big asset for Pete Buchanan, and when it comes to young players adapting to the majors, he is always there to lend a hand. Not to mention the production he has delivered all season long. Blanco has been swinging to an average of 300 most of the season. He's done so while playing all 4 positions on the infield when needed. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, he will bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right now we're in the top of the 6th, though. Blanco taking his spot over at 3rd after the pickoff. Alec Asher will now face Justin Upton as we start the top of the 6th inning. Upton homered his first time up, or his last time up. We got a little bit of a delay. There was a little malfunction to the Hatfield hot dog shooter. Pieces of the hot dog were shot all over the field. Ryan Howard, Cesar Hernandez helping to clean things up. So now we're ready to go. Ryan has the entire right side of the infield to himself. Defensively, they play the shift with Upton up. And he pops it up. Cesar says he has it. He's going to give way to Galvis. And there's one away. Justin Upton was barely up the first base line on that pop-up. If it had dropped, some might think he should have been at second, but he wasn't even at first.
That's not as flagrant as a fly ball to the outfield. I mean, I don't think even if that ball was lost in the sun, he probably couldn't have made second base. But I'm seeing a lot of negative hustle. It's the best way I could put it in this game. Mostly blue uniform guys.
Yonder Alonso takes strike 1. It's 0-1. That one's looped out toward left center. Freddie going back. It's going to be over his head, and it'll drop for a hit. But Alonso has his second hit of the day. Little soft single. And Jed Jerko's coming up.
Double play ball and get out of here with about 5 pitches.
Yeah, he's given up the 2 home runs today, but beyond that, he's done a pretty nice job against these Padres this afternoon.
I've seen double play in this series, I don't think. Remember one last night?
I do not remember one. pitches by inning. Back toward the middle, off the mound. Galvis can't get to it. A base hit it to center field. Alonso stops at second. And now 2 on with 1 man down. Monday morning, wake up with Bob. Start your day right with Ellis, Mealy, Brooks, Baker, and special guests on Breakfast on Broad, presented by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Weekday mornings from 6 until 8 over on the Comcast Network.
Well, that was just out of the reach of Freddie Galvis right there. It's a game of inches, as we always say. Ball's a foot farther to the left. Freddie gets that ball, flips it to second base, and Phillies are in the dugout. But now we got some trouble brewing.
Yeah, Spangenberg had a double his first time up, flat out to center his last time. He's fast, so he's tough to double up. First pitch is inside, a slider, and it's 1 ball, no strikes.
I know there's scouting reports, spray charts, everything, and this is a subject that we know Larry touches on all the time, but it just seems like there's a ton of balls to Freddie's left that even if you're shaded just a hair or two more towards the middle, he's going to get to that ball.
Yeah, and the Phillies do utilize those spray charts quite often, as every team does. But it does seem like that the ball up the middle is an issue from time to time.
And that ball even deflected off the mound a little bit.
Phillies will start getting some bullpen action. Hector Neris starts the throw. With 1 out here in the 6th. Threw him a changeup, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tried back-to-back changeups. Now the first one was up in the zone, and the second one was heading that way, but it started fading out of the strike zone. Got to be careful with those kind of pitches.
Yeah, and you got to be careful throwing him a steady diet of changeups with your center fielder in left center.
Big on a swing and roll one over here.
Fly ball right field. Going back on it is Altair. Back toward the wall. He makes the catch. The throw goes to second base. Alonso will get to third.
That one scared me a little bit.
It sure did. I mean, he hit it toward the end of the bat, but it was carrying pretty well. Well, Asher, so far today, this is after he gave up the home run. He gets Jerko to strike out, and then after that, he's been pretty good. He's allowed 1 more home run, but beyond that, it's only a 3-1 ball game.
I do like the way he settled down, more down in the zone, more so than that first inning. And I really think he was just pumped up. He had a lot of adrenaline. When you're like that, you tend to be up in the zone, but he settled down, starting to get some pitches down in the zone, and hopefully he can get through this 6th inning here.
5 2/3. He scattered 7 hits. He's got 10 fly ball outs. Here's James Shields with runners on first and third, and the first pitch slider is a strike. 0-1.
It's going to give Shields a little bit of his own medicine here. Shields threw him 3 breaking balls to strike him out. Previous inning started him off with a slider for strike 1.
So take that.
It's a different story for a pitcher when he's hitting with men on base. I don't think pitchers like to just stick fastballs in there and let them get their bats on them. They're more apt to swing and miss or take breaking balls.
In the dirt, Rupp has it, and it's 2-1.
There you see the breakdown. The 10 flyouts, they were a lot more so early on in the ball game. Balls that were up get 10 to hit to the outfield. So it's a reason for the 10.
Now's a good. I'm looking out at the infield alignment here. I'm getting a little sense right here with the pitcher hitting that Freddie might be playing a little too much to the pole.
Yeah, so it leaves the center of the diamond pretty wide open. Cesar is shaded over a little bit more.
I don't know if they know something about Shields that we don't, but just from up here looking down, it just getting the sense the infield's playing a little too much to pull. Outfield's playing him around the right field.
2-2 pitch. Back toward the middle. That'll float it to center field, a base hit. A run will score. And it's now a 4-1 ball game. Shields just put bat on ball and comes up with the RBI single on the breaking ball.
Yeah, I guess you call it good hitting, but golly, he's one hitter away from
getting out of this with just a 3-run lead.
Turning this into a reasonably good game. Looks like a slider. See that? Slider just a little, maybe on the outside corner, and he puts his bat on it.
Well, that'll be
base hit and an RBI.
Yeah, Alec Asher's major league debut is in the books. He will exit. Nice reaction from his family and from the crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. The competitor in him would love to have that pitch back, but he'll lead trailing by 3. 2 runners are his responsibility. Ball at bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Along with Mike Schmidt, Ben Davis, and Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy. Alec Asher's major league debut is complete out on the mound. He's responsible for the 2 base runners. 5 2/3. He's scattered 8 hits. Jared Eichhoff coming over. He's been through this. He's made 2 starts in his young big league career. These guys know each other from obviously their time with the Texas Rangers. Both 2 of the better prospects the Rangers had, who the Phillies acquired in the Hamels trade. Here is Travis Jankowski, who's 0 for 2 with 2 on. Hector Neris delivers inside. 1-0. The numbers for Hector, boy, he had a series of doom against the New York Mets. His ERA went through the roof against the Mets. Blanco will give that a peek. It's going to be over the dugout and out of play.
Jankowski just getting really tied up on these pitches in.
Young man hit .335 in the minor leagues this year. Swing and a miss. Got him at the split. And that'll wrap up the top of the 6th inning. But another run scores for the Padres on 3 base hits. James Shields had the RBI single in the inning. Middle of the 6th. It's 4-1 San Diego. Jeff now or visit jefferson.edu. And buy Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers and our most exciting lineup ever. Shop Nissan.com. Well, that's something that Ben and I probably at one point could have done. Tag did it, right? Tag had a mohawk at one point, right? We could still eat cotton candy with the best of them.
That is a good mohawk, both of them.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Just in time for school.
Are those real haircuts?
Yeah.
I just got back.
Dad should have gone for that too. And he should have had a different color spread on there. Here's Cesar Hernandez to lead it off against James Shields. The first pitch in there. It's 0-1. Cesar was up when Odubel was picked off over first. 0-2. You see, I read something the other day that Jose Altuve, as good a player as he is, he's been picked off 5 times this year for the Astros. And that leads Major League Baseball. But you wouldn't think somebody picked off at first base. You wouldn't think somebody, I mean, of his perceived baseball IQ would be picked off that often.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, unless he's running on lefty's first moves or something like that a couple of times.
1-2 pitch to Cesar, who has been picked off 3 times this year.
I was going to say, you ought to give you like 2 or 3 maybe, you know, as the max. The average is probably 1.
I would think. Fouled it back. It remains 2-2. Saw Zepchinski, the lefty, and Bud Norris, the right-hander, in the bullpen. Zepchinski was the subject of some rumors recently. He was picked on waivers by the New York Mets, but the Padres pulled him back. They could have just let him go, but he was costing them, in baseball terms, the minimum, basically $500,000. So they figured out why let him go for that. Foul ball, and Hernandez stays alive.
And that makes sense for them. Lefty, low 90s guy, good slider. Can definitely get lefties out.
Good take.
Very good take.
Well, he puts you in a bind here with that changeup, doesn't he? Shields.
Yeah, when it's as good as it has been today. There it is. 6 strikeouts for Shields. The Phillies' Wives Healthy Recipe Cookbook, featuring 36 favorite tasty recipes from Phillies players and coaches. From our home to yours, a collection of Phillies recipes is available at the Majestic Clubhouse store, Phillies.com, or by calling 877-GO-PHILS. The cost is $19.99. Aaron Altair takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, for the fans out there watching this game, they're wondering, you know, what is it about this guy? It's so tough. Well, that pitch that Cesar just struck out on, that's fastball 93, 94 arm motion. Fastball arm motion. When you read that as a hitter and you see the ball and you read fastball and boom, it's not there. It's 83, not 93. And you're talking about 12, 15 inches difference on the ball, and just there's nothing you can really do because you read arm speed, you read arm slot, and then it's like the ball has kind of retro rock and slows down when it gets to home plate.
Well, you mentioned something earlier, the fact that he's throwing a 3-2 also.
Yeah.
Fastball fouled back to the net, and it's 2-1. Altair struck out in the first inning, lined to center field his last time up.
Aaron, that's the one you have to hit. 2-0.
Lifts that one foul into the seats down the left field line.
That was it. That had to be. I look out and see 82, and it must have been a changeup.
Yeah. You get that 2-0 heater right down the middle. You miss it, then you get a 2-1 changeup. Now it's 2-2. Now he can do whatever he wants to do.
And he goes outside with a fastball.
And here's the pitch that struck out Cesar Hernandez right here, the 3-2 pitch. And if you watch that pitch to him as a hitter, boy, you're vulnerable.
Got him. 7 strikeouts, and it's a changeup again. So he's gotten lefty, now the righty.
I mean that thing comes in at 82 or 83 every time. Look at that bottom drop out, and you can see his hand after Shields' hand is like spread out, like he just had a four-finger grip on the ball when he let it go.
And he throws just hard enough where you have to respect that fastball.
Padres signed him this past offseason, 4 years, $75 million. This is only the first year of that deal. It ends with an option for 2019. There was a thought that they would try to trade him since they were starting to fall out of the race. They're certainly out of the wild card race and falling out of the race for the division as Howard lines out for a second straight time. Nothing across for the Phils. A 1-2-3 6th inning for James Shields. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning here in South Philadelphia. The Padres on top 4-1.
We all show up again, just here to make it through another day. Yeah, we got ourselves a good crew, and we're doing the best we can. We're putting in 8 for 8, that's okay.
Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies trail at 4-1. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Alec Asher made his major league debut today. He went 5 2/3, 8 hits and 4 earned runs. James Shields, though, the veteran, has been just a hair better. 7 strikeouts with a really good changeup over 6 innings. Matt Kemp has a 2-run home run, the only run for the Phils. A solo shot by Cameron Rupp. So as we go to the 7th, Hector Neris, who came on in relief of Alec Asher, will face Solarte. Jan Hervis Solarte.
Nice pronunciation.
It's taken 3 days, but I think we got it right now. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
It's not a name I've heard before.
Jan Hervis.
Joe was taken.
The only other person I in baseball that I thought had this name, Jan Gomes, thought maybe that was a shortened version of Jan Hervis. They call him Jan with the Indians. Two balls and 1 strike to Solarte, who began his big league career with the New York Yankees. Out to right center field. Long run for Odubel, and it is gone. Well, however you pronounce it, you can say he hit a home run, his 11th of the year, and it's now a 5-1 ball game. And for the Padres, who are 8th in the league in home runs, they're using the long ball to their advantage here this afternoon. It's the 3rd one.
Squaring up a few balls here today for sure. I don't mean to change the subject, but for those of you interested in the Little League World Series, the Pennsylvania team just scored. I don't know if it was a bunt or a swinging bunt, but it's now 2-1. They still have a couple men on base.
On the inside corner to Norris. Norris singled in the 1st inning and scored. Popped out, walked. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says the first base umpire, Paul Emmel. 0-2.
I tell you, Austin Hedges, this is our 6th game with San Diego.
He hasn't caught one, has he?
Hasn't caught one game yet.
Swing and a miss. One away.
All right.
Second strikeout for Neris. Matt Kemp is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Well, if it seems like Matt Kemp kind of wears out the Phillies in his 10-year baseball career, you'd be right. His numbers against the Phillies are absolutely terrific over the course of his career. He's currently on a 19-game on-base streak. That's the longest active streak in all of Major League Baseball. During that streak, he's batting .340. He's got a slugging percentage of .387, 5 home runs, including the one he hit back in the first inning, and 21 RBIs. And lifetime against the Phils, well over 300, 325, and 9 home runs, 33 RBIs as well for him. So he's a guy that has always had the Phils number before when he was with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and now here in San Diego, it hasn't been a whole lot different. Just an excellent hitter, and he loves hitting at Citizens Bank Park. His career batting average here is close to .350, and he's got a couple of home runs as well, obviously including the one he hit here today.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a good pickup. People were wondering how it would go, going from the Dodgers to the Padres. He kind of wore out his welcome in Los Angeles, and they're sort of embracing him now in San Diego. It's a pretty good 1-2 punch between Kemp and Upton. He waves at that pitch, 2 away.
Tom, I should know the answer to this, but when Ryan Braun was stripped of his MVP award, was it then given to Matt Kemp?
That's a good question. I don't think Matt accepted it, but I'd have to go back and look at it. I don't remember if it was if Matt accepted it. I mean, there were a lot of people that thought that Matt Kemp should have won it then anyway, but he was. I remember he was very humble when Braun went through all of his issues, and I'd have to go back and check at it, though. Here's Upton. And he takes low. 1 ball, no strikes. Inside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Gives you a good perspective there of how quickly you have to make up your mind.
I do know that after that year where he finished second, he signed an 8-year contract with the Dodgers, which is that's a long time to sign a player for. Ground ball left side. Freddie Galvis comes in, and Upton will be retired. Padres did score a run, though, on a home run by Solarte. Time to stretch here in Philadelphia. The Phils down by 4, 5-1. Eichhoff against Bartolo Colon, who actually pitched in relief in yesterday's ball game for the New York Mets. Here we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies trail it by 4. Headed into extra innings and need a boost. Call WB Mason and order Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup pods. Great tasting coffee at amazingly low prices, delivered free the very same day when you order by 11:30. WB Mason knocks it out of the park. Who but WB Mason? Well, here's the breakdown of pitches for James Shields. The changeup he's thrown 13 times. It seems like he's thrown that changeup more. And maybe he's thrown it more over the last inning or so as he's gone through this lineup a third time.
Well, he definitely has a good feel for it. He loves it. It looks to me like he loves to get to 3-2. And that's when he's using it a lot for the strikeout. A lot of these strikeouts are 3-2 changeup.
Well, I wonder if we're seeing today the reason why his pitch count total each game is so high, because he does run so many full counts. At least today he has been. Well, he's also the feature of our Hyundai defensive play of the game. It's his pickoff of Odubel Herrera. Yeah, he was in mid setup.
Mid setup, very quick feed here by James Shields. Odubel getting picked off. They were going to take a look at it, decided not to, but that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
I still don't know if his hand was in there. The shadows sort of blocked it.
He has that funky stretch move, kind of gyrates up and around, and I guess caught Odubel in mid-move.
Well, there's Sean Kelly warming up in the bullpen as we start the bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies down by 4. It'll be Andres Blanco, Cody Ashe, and Cameron Rupp. Blanco is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. One's looking, one's swinging. First pitch is on the outside corner, 0-1. It is 89 pitches now for James Shields.
A lot of news going on around us here, Tommy. Got a guy made 2 holes in one at the Barclays
in today's final round.
Yeah,
he better be leading.
And we just had a grand slam by the Pennsylvania team to make it 7-2 in the Little League World Series.
Japan won the international championship. Of course, Lewisberry, Pennsylvania, won the United States championship. They're facing off right now. It's not going to be a pitcher's duel, it looks like. Bottom of the 1st. That one's pulled, and a base hit for Blanco. We got a hitting streak stopped the other day, and now he picks up a hit here to start the 7th. And Cody Ashe's coming up.
Go hit a hard ground ball, found a hole. I get a little something started here. 5-1, not a big hill to climb in this ballpark.
Ashe's grounded out to second. He was also hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. On the outside corner, and it's the balls and 1 strike.
The thing about James Shields is he will not get away from his game plan. I think a lot of that had to do with pitching in the American League for so long. You have to stick with your game plan. That DH added a lot. See their first pitch breaking ball. Despite being up 5-1, he's going to stick with what got him to the 7th inning, allowing just 1 run.
That one's pulled, foul. Nice play by the fan on 1 hop. Now, there have been some swings like that the Phillies have had today. Odubel's had 1, Cesar's had 2, and then Cody with that one right there. So just a bit out front of the pitch from Shields.
Well, that's the changeup. That's the
goal for Shields, is to do that.
Well, it's the sense that you're just a little out in front because you read fastball, and it's just not quite the fastball you're reading. So you hook it.
Lays off the changeup. It's 2-2.
I don't want to make it sound easy or anything, but what you need to do against we only had one guy like this when I played. The name was Messersmith. The greatest changeup I ever saw. Now almost all guys have them now, but you almost used to have a go-to fastball swing where you really are waiting till the last minute to try and identify the pitch.
Ground ball to first, Alonso. There's 1 and 2. 3-6-3 double play.
Almost a look for the changeup and just peck at the fastball, kind of an approach. Cody hit it hard right at the first baseman.
Well, here's Cameron Rupp, who has accounted for the only run, an opposite field home run. Most 7 home runs in August, the most by a Phillies catcher since Mike Lieberthal in 2002, in August 2002. Most by a Phillies rookie catcher, Butch Henline. 1922 had 7. Butch Henline played 740 games in the big leagues. 291 lifetime hitter. Career high 14 home runs in 1922, which is a lot of home runs in 1922.
Butch Henline. Hadn't heard that name before.
I had not either.
They had fences then, right?
They had fences. They're pretty far back too, from what I've read.
And I guarantee the ball wasn't as hard as it is now.
It's Adam Lowen throwing in the pen. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Mets had an early lead. The Red Sox tied it. David Ortiz hit another home run. I think he moved past Lou Gehrig today. But the Mets have retaken that lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ortiz now with 494 home runs, 27th all time. He passed Lou Gehrig and a guy that we see all the time in Atlanta, Fred McGriff.
Crime dog.
Yeah. I guess Ortiz is playing first base today in the National League City. Check swing. Did he go? No. So Rupp will draw a walk.
Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
He'll be a tough guy to keep out of that Hall of Fame.
Oof. These lucky fans are today's Citizen 7. They were to receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Good banking is simple, clear, and personal. And that's helping you bank better. Citizens Bank. If he does get into the Hall of Fame, you wonder if that will open it up for other designated hitters. Galvis is 0 for 2. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
It might, but I don't know of that many designated hitters that come to mind, with the exception of Edgar Martinez or Big Poppy. It's not like you say, well, that guy, he deserves to be in.
Right.
That designated hitter, he needs to be in.
Well, I think there are people that think that Edgar should be in. I mean, I haven't looked at his numbers close enough to say yes or no.
2 batting titles, one 356 and 348. The averages he won with.
Galvis spoils it, and it remains 0-2.
Can you hear Shields grunting?
Yes.
That's on a changeup, by the way. That's the verbal decoy as well.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Ryan used to grunt.
Never, only on the fastball.
Only on the fastball.
That was a rule.
Was it his rule?
I think he gave up on that one about mid windup. Huh?
Yeah, I don't like this. Let me just.
Yeah.
That shouldn't go against his pitch count.
Now time is called. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Quite possibly Shields' last inning. Lewisberry is now up 10-2. They've hit another home run.
Bottom
Still
of
in the bottom of the
first.
first. Check swing by Galvis. Lewisberry, Pennsylvania, as I've come to find out over the last several weeks, those guys have never lost, by the way, this entire year. You know, Little League, you have double elimination. Sometimes you lose, and you come back in the loser's bracket to win a, whether it be a sectional title or a district title or even a state title. They haven't lost a game.
You're going to get a chance to meet them, because they have a parade here at Citizens Bank Park.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Runner goes. 2-2 is in the dirt. Rupp will be at second.
Is that his first SB? Although it is a defensive indifference.
We'll see how Jay Dunn scores it. He's about ready to tell us.
It's gotta be.
What, a defensive indifference?
Yeah.
Is there a chance if he walks him, he's out?
Yes. Thank you, Jay. I don't know if you heard that in the
Well,
internal
you
PM.
also have your choice of Dominic Brown or
Frank Core.
Your Pat Murphy.
Well, he's not going to have to worry about it. Galvis strikes out. 8 strikeouts for Shields this afternoon. His afternoon is most likely complete. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left for the Phils. On to the 8th inning. The Phillies down by 4. Go further and buy Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Final game of this 7-game homestand. The Phillies were swept out by the Mets. They won the first 2 against the Padres. They trailed this one 5-1. And we will move to the top of the 8th inning, and Adam Lowen will take over. Lowen, no wins, no losses, an earned run average of 6.30. And he will face Yonder Alonso to start things off. Alec Asher went 5 2/3, allowed 8 hits and 4 runs. Hector Neris went an inning and a third, and he allowed 1 hit, 1 run. It was a home run, but he also struck out 3. So Lowen will go to work here to try to keep this at a 4-run deficit. Hit foul. Alonso has singled twice today and scored 1 run. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a big old Canadian boy here.
Yes,
Adam Long.
he is.
Met him this morning.
Should have seen the balls he was. I mean, he was a former hitter, but you should have seen the balls he was hitting yesterday, Ben.
Yeah.
Right? BP. Oh,
It's way in the second tank.
I remember saying to him, I said, "Yeah, think they'll use you as a pinch hitter?" He goes, "I hope so, but I got to worry about what's going on the mound here first." But he was letting them fly yesterday. One ball and 2 strikes. Outside 2-2.
Well, the pitchers were out hitting early and doing their bunting practice yesterday, and Jorge Valendia had the pitching machine. I would say it was probably set up at about 40 feet. And it was every bit of 90 miles an hour. Make it more game-like.
How'd they do?
They did well,
Yeah,
bunting.
they won. Oh.
Of course, they knew they could bunt every pitch, right?
They did, but Bob McClure was walking by. I said, "Oh, Bob, how hard is that?" And he goes, "Pretty fast, isn't it?" I said, "It sure is, but it does make it more game-like. I suppose just getting guy out there just tossing balls in."
There's a bloop out to right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. And Alonso has his 3rd hit of the day. He broke his bat on that one. Jed Jerko's coming up. Let's check in with Murph with the Major League Notebook. Murph.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Brought to you by St. Joseph's University. And Edwin Encarnacion continues to stay hot. He has a hit streak now, 25 games. We told you last night, 3 home runs in the game and 9 RBIs. Well, his first at-bat in today's game against the Tigers. Another home run, his 3rd straight at-bat with a home run. Now has 35 RBIs in the month of August. That is a new Toronto Blue Jays record, passing Carlos Delgado. And A.J. Burnett, who we thought his season may be over, well, he threw 71 pitches in a bullpen session today and says his elbow pain is completely gone. He does expect to come back mid-September and join the rotation for the Pirates. Of course, the Pirates right now have one of the 2 National League wildcard spots in very much in hand. They're up but 6 games in the wildcard race, just 3.5 games back behind the Cardinals. So A.J. Burnett will rejoin that rotation. Was having a great year, was very solid all season, an all-star this year. So it's good news for the Pirates as A.J. Burnett comes back to their rotation. A healthy A.J. Burnett, guys.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. It's a heck of a division, boy. Cubs, Pirates, and Cardinals. All 3 will be formidable in the postseason. Upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Now the West Coast, or excuse me, the Western Division, the winner gets to go to the postseason. So you have to win that division.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. It doesn't look like the Giants will be able to overtake either the Cardinals, or excuse me, either the Pirates or the Cubs, or whoever the second place team is. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now, there's still games to be played, but it just looks that way. Jerko lines it into center field, a base hit. That's his 2nd hit of the day. And the Padres have 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Nobody else is up in the bullpen for the Phils, and Clint Barmas is going to pinch hit. So Spangenberg is retired. Corey got a chance to see some of his friends and family out of Clark Summit this weekend. His brother Ken, the head baseball coach at Arcadia, does a nice job. They're getting a brand new facility at Arcadia.
Arcadia.
Yep.
Where might that be?
That is, what would you say, Ben? Over by what would be the section in the Philadelphia suburbs? I've
Honestly,
been there a bunch of times.
I know it's in the Keystone State, Tom. That's about it. I really don't know.
It's a beautiful little campus.
It's close to Philly, though?
Oh, yeah. Used to be called Beaver College. Now called Arcadia.
So that's Acadia I'm thinking of. There's an Acadia in Florida, I believe.
Yeah. right on by
Whoa.
Rupp and right back to the mound, and Lowen looks to see if he maybe can throw somebody out. And that is as wild a pitch as you're going to find.
Just a bit high.
Yeah.
I think Cameron got crossed up here. He doesn't get a stitch of leather on this pitch. Especially see where Cameron's set up.
Whoa. So now runners on second and third and nobody out. And there's a line drive base hit into left field. 1 run will score. And going to third base is Jerko. So Barmes picks up the RBI single. All right, Danny O'Rourke from the Phillies clubhouse has confirmed what I thought. It's in Glenside.
It still doesn't help me.
Well, you're off 309 Easton Road. Here goes Bob McClure out to the mound. Well, there's a tendency sometimes for Lowen to get wild, and that's what happened to start it. And then these guys were able to pick up a couple hits in a row. So first and third.
Nobody warming.
Nobody warming. Where's Jerome Williams? He pitched the last couple of days. Get him back out there again.
I did speak to Jerome this morning in the clubhouse. I said, how you feeling? He goes, I haven't gone back to back in a long time.
So what you're saying is that he may not be available today.
I don't think so. He was going to try and play long toss, stretch it out a little bit.
Wallace lays off, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. He had a pinch hit in last night's ball game. 10 pinch hits for the season. Fastball in the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shields goes 7 today, allows 6 hits and 1 run, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Oh man, we got to find somebody to put the fire out here. 10-6 now. Japan has scored 4.
They don't even have double figures on those scoreboard.
Yeah,
on that scoreboard.
the 10 in the bottom of the first.
Kengo Tamada did.
Kengo Tamada hit a solo home run. Yeah. Those crowds, though, these last few days have just been amazing.
Yeah, how would you like to be Jaden Henline and be given a 10-2 lead?
See if you can nurture it, big boy. There's a foul ball into one of the suites down the left field line.
This thing could end up 30-29. Not this game, but the World Series game.
Outside, 3-2. Well, now somebody's up and throwing the bullpen for the Phils. Looks like DeFreitas is starting to throw, with Melvin Upton Jr. due up as a pinch hitter. There is DeFreitas. Over to first, off the glove of Howard. A run will score. Stopping at second base is Barmes. That should be all right. Well, they're going to score a base hit.
Yeah, that's a knock.
Well, it's now 10-7. the 85th home run of the Little League World Series. Was
Yeah,
just
and then, you know, that field's not too small.
No, but I would think that they have to think about extending those fences. Ben?
I can't just hit a little pop up to right field, and it went almost 20 feet over the fence.
And the bats are just...
Yeah. Bats have little pops in them. So Melvin Upton Jr., the hitter, with runners on first and second. He grounds that foul.
That's 4 singles in a row, right?
4 singles in a row, yeah.
Just want to make sure my scorecard's clean here.
It looks pretty clean.
Thank you.
Like they have the substitutions listed in there.
Nice, huh?
Yep. 0-2.
He's growing up right before our own eyes, Tom.
Oh, me?
Misses low, and it's 1-2. 7 runs now on 13 hits for the Padres. The Padres are trying to finish up the month of August a game under. We're at 500. They will head to Texas after this one to wrap up the month tomorrow. Two and two. In the dirt, Rupp blocks it, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is probably going to be Lowen's last batter. 25 pitches. Splits aren't, or should I say 27 pitches. Splits aren't the best. 13 and 14.
Just looks like he's trying to aim everything. It's not free and easy and just letting it go.
And that's ball 4.
Wow.
Loads up
It's
the
like
bases.
Melvin thought he struck out there, and then, oh, no, he didn't call a strike.
Well, Pete Buchanan's coming out. He's going to make a double switch. So Lowen's afternoon is complete. DeFreitas is going to come in. Darnell Sweeney is going to go in to play one of the infield positions. He just pointed at Blanco. I don't know if Hernandez is going to move over to third or if Sweeney will play third. But we've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. Fans 15 and older, all part of the Cubs 4-game weekend series, the 10th through the 13th. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com. There is the knit hat right there. Always a great giveaway. Add it to your collection. here at Citizens Bank Park. The Padres are adding to their run total. They have 2 so far. Now they have the bases loaded. Now the Phillies will turn things over to Justin DeFreitas. DeFreitas is in 56 games now, 0-2 with a 5.84 ERA. Darnell Sweeney will come on to play third base, and Andres Blanco will move from third base over to shortstop for the Phils. Well, Lowen just thinking about the outing right now. I mean, obviously he's continued to be a work in progress as he refines his ability on the mound. Here's Solarte. Infield is in. First pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Solarte is homered today. He has 1 hit in the series. He's 1 for 12. He went around on that one, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a good slider right there by DeFreitas, who's been with the club all year and just has really struggled and trying to finish on a high note if he possibly could for the Phils.
DeFreitas.
Yeah.
Well, he's thrown more pitches than any pitcher in baseball, has he not?
He has. That one is golfed high in the air to shallow right. Tagging from third is Barmes. Altair is under it. And they will not advance. 1 out. And here's Norris coming up.
Well, it's a step in the right direction.
That's 1 out there. Justin pitch away from rolling a pair here, helping out Adam Lowen.
In the dirt, Rupp blocks it. Runners do not advance. 1 ball, no strikes. He's sold out there. Got his chest protector square to the baseball.
Very nice block. He learned from the master, Carlos Ruiz.
I am impressed how well he moves laterally. And again, we talk about his size. He's a big guy. But very quick laterally back there.
Chopper toward third. That'll go through the hole. Base hit. 1 run is in. They'll hold Wallace at third. It's now 8-1 San Diego. RBI single for Derek Norris, his 2nd hit of the day. And the bases remain loaded.
Score sheets get a little sloppy here, boys. Well, here's a hitter that would like to take advantage of this bases loaded situation.
Oh, yeah. Inside pitch. He waves at. It's 0-1.
Got the shadows at home plate now. You see the light stanchion shadows over home plate can make it a little problem visually for the hitters. Though you wouldn't be able to tell by the scoreboard.
Out of play again. No balls, 2 strikes.
It's single by Norris, the 5th single of the inning.
Despaigne in the bullpen for the Padres.
You get 0-2 with the bases loaded, you got to choke up and get down in there with it, don't you? 1 out. You've got to make contact.
Swing and a miss. And there are 2 outs. And here is the 9th man to bat in this inning, and that's Justin Upton in the top of the 8th.
I'm not sure if that was a changeup or a slider. Now Justin's slider has a little bit
of a
it's
slurvy.
more, yeah, and that one kind of went just straight down.
Fastball inside, 1-0. Here's that last pitch for the strikeout. Slider.
It's a slider. But really had a lot of north-south on that slider. Good looking breaking ball there. Maybe that's something he's trying to do intentionally. Get more depth on that pitch.
Out to right field, should be playable for Altair. He comes running in and he reaches down to make the catch. Side is retired. 3-run score for the Padres in the inning. They leave them loaded. They have 14 hits here this afternoon. A lot of work left for the Phils, down by 7. And Odrisamer Despaigne will take over out on the mound for San Diego. Clint Barma stays in the game to play shortstop for the Padres. Center field, Melvin Upton Jr. playing catch with his brother as we speak. Jericho moves from shortstop over to second base for the Padres. And Ben, Austin Hedges is in the ballgame. Same beard as Derek Norris. So he'll take over as Despaigne in his 28th game. A mixture of relief appearances and start. 5-8, 5.12 ERA. He'll face Darnell Sweeney, who came on as part of a double switch. It'll be Sweeney, Herrera, and Hernandez. First pitch is in there, 0-1. One of those guys who made his major league debut this year. He made it on August 20th when the Phillies were down in Miami. About 25 minutes from his home in Hollywood, Florida. 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's the first time we have a look at him at third base. It's probably his 3rd best position if you think of the outfield as a grouping of positions. Ground ball foul. Or his 4th, depending on if you think he could play shortstop still, which is what he played early on in his career. But they're hoping that he could be utilized as a utility player in some way, shape, or form. This is last night. Picked up his 2nd home run of the year.
Pitch up out over the plate, drives it out to left center. Making the most of his opportunities there.
Strike 3. Fastball on the outer edge. 9 strikeouts today for Padres pitching.
Mike and I were talking before the game. So the man hits a 2-run homer and doesn't find himself in the lineup the next day. It's a tough league.
So it's hard to earn your playing time. I thought it was interesting yesterday here at the ballpark. He was working at second base on the exchange and covering the bag. Larry Boa and George Volandia, Jorge, were both working with him about the way he was setting up, receiving the ball, and eventually making the turn over to Jesus Tiamo, who was playing first base. I mean, he's one of those guys that carries around 3 different gloves, 1 for second, 1 for third, 1 for the outfield.
Tell you, if he can hit, he'll play somewhere.
I totally agree with that. 1 ball, 1 strike to a double.
Get your 4th knock right here.
Outside, 2-1. Odubel is singled up the middle. He is singled to left and singled to right field. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike to the Phil's leadoff hitter. This is the 21st game for Odubel.
As a leadoff hitter.
As a leadoff hitter.
And his 4th hit.
4th hit of the day.
That was a rope, too.
4 stinking singles.
That's what happens with that downswing. That's what it leads to. Line drives. Hits.
His first of what will probably be many 4-hit games. You know, it'd be an amazing feat for him, considering the little valley that he had early on this year. If he can somehow reach 300 hits. There's a line drive to right center field by Hernandez off the top of the scoreboard. That'll score Odubel, and Hernandez is on his way to third, and he will get there. It's an RBI triple. A 2-ball game.
Well, that's good to see. Let's see Cesar get a couple of knocks today. I'm ready to head on the road and play the Mets. That was a rope. Right center, right off the wall.
Very loud.
Boom. Nice stroke.
And he can run. 4 triples for Cesar. 1 ball and no strikes.
Just really shows you the timing hits a baseball. Look at Cesar. It's just nothing against him, but there's not a lot to him. But to hit a ball that hard and to be that size, it's all about timing.
2-0.
Playing pepper with a fence.
What do they say in BP when the guy hits one off the wall to go ee. Michael Jackson in BP.
Off the wall. You think these guys still do that?
That's where I got it.
Oh,
in
really?
Spring training.
I like the fact that they have an eclectic taste of music.
Yeah.
Three balls and 1 strike to Aaron Altair. Opposite way, that'll drop foul.
Let's see Aaron pick this RBI up. There it is.
Go.
Ground
Chopper
ball
back
up
to the middle. 8-3 ball game. 8th RBI of the year for Altair. It's being brought up to the big leagues. 2 runs are in. 5-run game again. He keeps picking it to the dugout. And Ryan Howard is the batter. Howard takes inside. 1 man down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Might be 2. And Barmes is able to turn it. So it turns out to be a 5-6-3 double play. Phillies do get a couple runs. We've played 8 innings on a Sunday afternoon here in South Philadelphia. We'll head to the 9th. Against the San Diego Padres as they close out this homestand. Justin DeFreitas is still in there. Every time the Phillies retire, the opposing team 1-2-3, which they did once today. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. DeFreitas, who was brought on to get the last couple of outs, last 3 outs of the 8th inning, did that. He allowed 1 inherited runner to score. He'll face Yonder Alonso, who started the rally with a single in the 8th inning. Alonso has 3 hits today, a couple runs scored, 2 balls, no strikes. Phillies will head off, as we mentioned, to New York. They'll begin a series tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, an off day before they play the Boston Red Sox on Friday.
I can't remember a nicer week of weather than we had this week. It's been absolutely beautiful.
Out to right field, Altair gets really good jumps. He's able to make the catch on that one away. Yeah, the weather hopefully will continue this week. We'll be up in New York. The U.S. Open will begin tomorrow in New York. So plan accordingly. There'll be a little traffic up there. So
I would have never guessed there'd be traffic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Huh.
All right, so much for 10-run rule. Lewis Berry is now tied up by Japan. Did Japan hit another home run?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It's a home run derby.
It is a home run derby. They're tired.
And it would probably be about 5. It'd be about 5-5 right now if they were playing here.
There were some shots, weren't they? 1 ball and no strikes. This is Alexi Amarista pinch hitting for Jed Jerko. Bit outside, and it's 2-0.
Nice to see that roof that they were putting on that
U.S.
Open. It's going to be a retractable roof?
It will be retractable, yeah. A little different than Wimbledon. Two and one. Out of play again, 2-2. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. Boy, oh boy, they are crushing the Braves. 17-5. Chase Headley, a home run, a double, 3 hits. Well, the Yankees need to win because the Blue Jays won 9-2 over Detroit. Zamarista rolls it foul.
I'm with Ben here. I'm going to do a little broadcasting.
You guys standing up?
Standing up position.
You guys, your back stiffening up a little bit?
My legs.
Round ball. Howard's got it. DeFreitas covers. And there are 2 outs. And here's Barmes up for the 2nd time. He singled home a run his last time up. Pinch hitting for Spangenberg. That one is pulled down the left field line, so Barmes will have a 2-for-2 day, even though he didn't start for the Padres. And he'll pull into second base with a double.
Wow. Drilled that breaking ball?
He did, yep. That was a slider.
Down the left field line.
It's a good day, though. You don't start. You walk out of here with a double and a single.
Well, that'll bring Austin Hedges to the plate. 18 hits and 95 at bats for Hedges. 2 of those hits home run. Fouls it back to the screen. It's 0-1.
Hedges more of a catch and throw guy. Very, very good defensively. Tom, you and I saw him out throwing from his knees to various bases in San Diego. One would think with a younger guy, you'd like to keep him in the minor leagues to get him those at bats. Get that batting average at 189, and it's just not going to cut it at the big league level. So you would think if he's that good catch and throw, then get him some more ABs.
Drops a slider in. It's 1-2. Phillies half of the ninth. It'll be Blanco, Ashe, and Rupp. Fastball upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's back over the screen. It evades 2-2. Oh no. The 87th home run of this is the first time ever that each team in the championship game has scored 10 runs. 13-10 Japan.
Well, it's going to be the first time they're both going to score 20.
You're projected a 20-run game?
Yes. It's only the third, isn't it?
It is only the third.
Someone missed the extra point.
I guess we're at that point where these kids have been playing all, I mean, literally all. You imagine the amount of games they've played? Although in this day and age, I guess it's not as remarkable as you would think.
It's a heck of a run, no matter how it ends.
Another one back to the screen. It remains 3-2. There's Melvin Upton Jr.
What's the story behind the name change there?
Well, it's his given name. His nickname was BJ for Boss Man Jr. That's what they called his dad, Boss Man. So he was Boss Man Jr. So he decided to, start the slate clean. Really struggled in Atlanta. Got a chance to rejuvenate himself in San Diego. Hasn't really been as rejuvenating as you think. So there you have it.
Okay.
Off the outside corner, 1-0.
You got to give this umpire at home plate credit. He's hanging tough.
He is. He's not stretching it at all. By the way, the Indians Angels game has gone final, 9-2. Mike Trout was a triple away from the cycle in that game. He did not get it. That one is flared out to center field. That'll be a base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Barmes, and it's now 9-3. Padres on top. 18 hits. Or excuse me, 16 hits for the Padres.
Wow.
Well, and Solarte's coming up. Are you done keeping score?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, here is Yangervis Solarte, who homered back in the 7th inning.
Might have expanded the zone a smidge there, but he popped that glove, so let's give him a strike.
Yeah, it sounded good. Outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I might have jumped the gun a little bit on that prediction of a victory parade here at the stadium for our state Little League team.
There's
now that
still
it's
time.
13-10.
Yeah, well, there's still
Japan
time.
now.
They still won the U.S. championship. Ground ball foul. That in itself is a great honor.
It's a weird thing to me, you know. Run down and get a ball. Run down and see if they'll give you.
Very excited about it. Huh? That one's out toward left center field. Odubel will close on it, and Cody collide, but Odubel's able to hang on, and the side is retired. Yeah, it's been that kind of day. 1 run scores.
Maybe no Yo Tango there, huh?
Somebody wasn't yelling it. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Phil's trail it by 6.
Going to come back in this one. They trailed the Padres 9-3 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. When this game is over, the Phils back out on the road, headed up the turnpike to New York City to take on the Mets for a 3-game series starting on Monday. It'll be Jared Eichhoff taking on Bartolo Colon, the right-hander. And on Tuesday at 7:10, Aaron Harang will take the ball for the Phils. He'll oppose Jonathan Neese, the left-hander for the Mets. And on Wednesday, also at 7:10, it's Aaron Nola and Matt Harvey in that one. But, guys, this one's not over yet.
No, you're right, Murph. We got the bottom of the 9th to go.
That's right.
Great thing about our game is you have to get them out. You know, you can't run the clock out.
And Despaigne did show a little difficulty doing that in the 8th inning. He allowed a couple of runs. By the way, I'm looking forward to that Nola Matt Harvey matchup. Not much phases Aaron Nola. I'm not sure how much, what if it's a big deal or not to go up against a Matt Harvey, who's an excellent pitcher, doesn't have a ton of experience, but is an electric pitcher, started an all-star game. But I'm looking forward to see how he reacts to that matchup against Matt Harvey.
Should be a good one. Who do you like the most on that staff?
Mets?
That one's out to right center field. Blanco will watch this one go all the way to the wall. He's going to get a triple out of that. I thought maybe he got hurt for a second. He's there standing. Second triple of the year for Blanco.
I think his stride was mistimed there.
That's what it was?
I do.
Yeah, he was probably expecting to be held up at second and then realized, well, all right, I guess I got to go over to third. Definitely triple alley out there with the 398 sign.
When it hits the grass, it really skips. It gets out there. You see his strides getting longer there around second base. He's probably watching the ball. And if you don't time your strides right going around those bases, sometimes you get a little long in your strides.
Chance for an RBI here for Cody Ashe.
Ashe's 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch. Ground ball. That'll be an RBI number 24 for Ashe. And 9-4 ball game as Blanco scores. I'll tell you, Ben, to answer your question about who do you like the most as far as the Mets young pitchers go. I mean, it's hard not to like Harvey. I really like DeGrom.
I'm with you.
I just like.
I'm with you.
I like his motion. I like how easy it is. Probably take any of them, but
yeah, take your pick.
Matz is good, despite being on the DL. Very good pitcher.
Oh, 0-1 to Cameron Rupp. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice pick.
Breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
What do you call that when you wear your hat cocked off to the side a little bit? Like
Kooky?
That?
Stupid?
I thought you were going to say uncomfortable.
That's a good answer.
Fouled away. Whoa.
Now that young man did not think he was going to get a ball today.
No, he didn't.
Tom and I did discuss this the other night. I asked him if he'd ever even tried to wear a hat like that. He said no. I said, well, don't. It's so uncomfortable.
And it's 2-2.
And I don't know why, but it seems to be more prevalent with wrong-handers.
But is it? It looks. It's maybe it's kind of born out of the hip hop generation, right?
I think that there is something to that. I don't know if that's why Rodney and Despaigne wear it that way. As Rupp strikes out, and there are 2 outs. Well, it's time now for our W.B. Mason delivery of the game. Alec Asher made his Major League debut today. In the first inning, he was a little amped up against Metcalf.
He was. Go ahead, Mike.
No, you can have it. Well, all right, I'll take it. A little down and in fastball, which everybody loves, correct? And he asked for the ball a little low and away, and it got to be a little low and in, and Metcalf dropped the head on it for his 80th RBI, and that's the W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
That's one of 3 home runs today for the San Diego Padres. That was the one that got it started. See Dominic's numbers as a pinch hitter. He's behind 0-2. Despaigne is trying to win this one for James Shields. A win today, and Shields would pick up his 10th of the year. Remember what we mentioned before, Murph pointed this out. Last 8 road games, 0-4 with an ERA of 5.63. Over to the right side. This should do it. Amarista's up with it, and the ball game is over. The Padres win it today, 9-4. So the Phillies settle for 2 out of 3 against San Diego this weekend. 9 runs on 16 hits for the Padres.
You guys have a wonderful trip.
Michael, thank you
for
very
watching
much.
and listening.
We appreciate it. You enjoy your trip back up north.
Enjoyed the weekend.
Same here.
Absolutely.
Our Chevy player of the game, James Shields, 7 innings today.